What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Jericho Report Weekly News Briefing. It is Sunday, the 20th of September, 2020. Already almost all the way through September. As always, the first link below will take you over to the Patreon post. That's where you can find all the madness. Another full week of news. Let's just jump into it with the COVID news. A lot of contradictory stuff going on this week. President Trump says the vaccine will be out by mid-October. We think we could start sometime in October, he says. But the White House says coronavirus vaccines will ship within 24 hours of FDA approval, as it unveils playbook to start giving free coronavirus immunizations to Americans by January. Aren't you excited to get your shot? But the CDC director said most Americans won't get a coronavirus vaccine until summer or fall of 2021. So a lot of contradictory information. CDC director also said the face masks provide more protection than a vaccine. Put a link to that. In other news, we got Trump says Joe Biden is recklessly endangering lives by doubting vaccine. I find myself on crazy sides of fences here. Put a link to that from the New York Post. Coronavirus directly invades the brain, new study says. That from Newsmax. Well, that might explain Joe Biden. Does he have the COVID? I don't know. Biden votes in person in Delaware primary Monday, proving that voting is safe for the elderly. I'll put a link to that. DailyMail.com says Donald Trump, appointed HHS spokesman, says buy ammunition as he claims Democrats are planning armed insurrection after the election. Be advised, civil war coming up. Should be entertaining. Trump retweeted old video of Biden rubbing woman's shoulders. Hashtag pedo Biden. You can't make this up. They call it a conspiracy theory, but videos of Biden touching young girls flagged as child sexual exploitation by Twitter, despite being official public footage. Let that sink in, folks. I got a couple more, of course, as everybody knows. The Ruth Supreme Court Justice dies at 87. This is no shock to me. It's not breaking news to me. It's my opinion. She's been dead for months. Shout out to my people on GLP who broke that months ago. I think they're just going public with it. And U.S. Marshals arrest 262, find 5 missing children in Oklahoma. Bust. Had to throw that in there because in recent weeks I've been accused of being a pedophile, what they call gatekeeper on YouTube, because I don't talk about these topics. First of all, a lot of other people are talking about these topics. Second of all, I've been on YouTube for, 12 years? You go back through my videos, I'm pretty sure I talk about how the Illuminati's involved in pedophilia and all that. Bases we've already covered also on the Supreme Court thing. It's going to be interesting to watch that play out, how Trump's going to be able to, select a new Supreme Court justice and all that. That should be very entertaining. Anyway, over to financial news. How major U.S. stock indexes fared on Friday. I actually haven't even looked at this yet. Looks like the Dow Jones dropped 244 for the week. The Dow slipped 8.22. Pretty flat week for the markets. Put a link to the recap data. Asia slightly higher despite Wall Street slump. This was a different headline when I bookmarked it. It said something about tech stocks make Dow drop, something like that. Anyway, I'll put a link to this from the AP. They keep changing headlines. Rental markets face tsunami of eviction. Analyst warns. Yeah, no crap, right? That from Fox 2 Now. Meanwhile, why Fed issued digital dollar nearly made it into the U.S. Congress $2 trillion stimulus bill. Don't worry, it's coming, people. Put a link to it as we predicted years ago. Did we not? Lancaster protesters held on whopping $1 million bond each. Wow, that's like murder charge type bond right there. San Francisco mayor says we'll give black women $100 or $1,000 a month if they get pregnant. What? Put a link to that from National File. Law enforcement today says Kamala Harris claims we need taxpayer-funded reparations to help blacks heal from trauma. Okay, put a link to that and one more from the economic collapse. If you feel like something is really, really bad about to happen, you are definitely not alone. Indeed, we have not even begun to feel what the economic situation is in this country and around the world. You just give it a year or two. You just wait. It's going to be unlike anything we've ever seen. I've said all this before. Anyway, over to New World Order and Police State News. This is where I stop and ask you to share this video because this stuff is very important. House arrest. Attorney General Barr says other than slavery, coronavirus stay-at-home orders greatest intrusion of civil liberties in American history. Well, let me ask you a question, Attorney General. Why are we doing it then? Put a link to that. It's all a big idea, a new world order. Watch police haul a man out of a library for not wearing masks. This happened up in South Dakota somewhere. Meanwhile, other side of the pond, I think this is out of Australia, I believe it is. Pure intimidation, not surprised by anyone. Check out this video. The police dragged this woman out of the car over a mask and or some crap. Victorian government pushes new bill to detain conspiracy. Now listen to this. Detain conspiracy theorists and anti-lockdown protesters and families. Do you know what that means? That means, even though this is, I believe, in Australia, this would take someone like me and they would detain someone like me just for speaking out. Think about this. This is the crap we've talked about all these years. Look at this. This law got passed quietly yesterday, allowing harvesting and retention of DNA of anyone who does a COVID test. This is out of the UK. Check that out. Yeah, just like we said. Trump officials rush to introduce untested vaccine tracking system back here in the United States. Those of you, well, I'll just put a link to it. It is what it is. Trump administration bans TikTok and WeChat app downloads in U.S. as of September 20. I don't know. I don't use those apps, but I'll put a link to that. You're not allowed to use that. Meanwhile, Facebook accused of watching Instagram users through cameras. What? I don't use Instagram myself. Tell me your thoughts. Family frightened as Texas officers break into wrong home to serve warrant. Oops. And if Joe Biden gets elected, no, weapons of war have no place in our communities. We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. You know what it's going to be. September 13, he sent that out. A couple more. We got rural public schools teach kids CRT, saying MAGA and calling the police on black people is white supremacy. What? And former NSA director who oversaw spying programs joins Amazon's board of directors. Why not? Alexa, are you listening to us? Over to World War III news. We got Bahrain, UAE, and Israel sign Abraham Accords peace deal at the White House. All is well and back to our Brandy. And did you see what happened next? Donald Trump gives Prime Minister Netanyahu the key to the White House. Wow, check that video out there. That's really something. I love your thoughts on that. World War III, India and Japan sign military allegiance against China as world braces for war. That from express.co.uk. Daily Mail puts us out. Chinese virologist who fled to the U.S. after claiming Beijing cover-up 90, blah, blah, blah. Come forward with the evidence already. Weeks we've been seeing this story. Russia's new Skyfall missile will be able to fly around the world for years and ready to launch nuclear strike at any moment. Be advised. That from the Daily Mail. One from the Twitters. We got DOD states that Russia and China have weaponized their satellites with directed energy weapons. I don't think this is anything new, but it kind of makes me wonder about the fires going on out west. A couple more. Iran appears to be in the grip of a third wave of coronavirus outbreak. They're also supposed to be retaliating against some general that got killed. I don't have a link to that, but I'll put a link to this. And in North Korea news, satellite images indicate North Korea preparing massive military parade as they always do. We are going to destroy the world. We're over to Earth changes in 2012 news now. My earthquake stuff is back up this week. Right on. We got a 6.9 central mid-Atlantic ridge on the 18th. On the 15th, we had a Fiji Islands 6.0. We had a 6.4. On the 15th, I'll put a link to the earthquake data. Didn't see too much on volcanoes this week. A lot of 5 points and below also going on the map. Check that out. Be advised, my people's down in Texas. Tropical storm Beta coming at you. You should be getting that right about now. I'll put a link to the data on that. USPS temporarily closes offices in California and Oregon and Washington State due to wildfires. With the election coming up? Meanwhile, did you see this? Inside Edition put out a video this week. Apparently, mail trucks are spontaneously combusting all over the place. Not in my city, but that's kind of a wild video there. Hillary Clinton seems to think that the wildfires are caused by global warming, even though I don't know that she's aware. At least 13 people have been arrested for West Coast arson crimes. Here are the details. Antifa, or, some sort of other domestic terrorism or George Soros funded crap, maybe high energy weapons, but global warming, I don't think so. Hillary, stop smoking the crack. Hundreds of thousands of migratory birds found dead near New Mexico. Mystifying scientists, be advised. Big bird kill. Rest in peace. 3 back-to-back gas explosions across North Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. That from Dutch Sense. Put a link to that stuff. What's up with that? Terror or bio-attack? Nukes? Nope. America's greatest threat is vulnerable power grid. 2 days ago, fear piece from Fox News. Check it out. We got Ireland's cabinet restricting their movements after health minister had COVID-19 test. This is asteroid doom for me this week. That's all I got on asteroids, actually. Pretty slow week. I haven't seen much. Navy pilots who witnessed infamous declassified UFO sighting said tic-tac-shaped phenomena committed an act of war by jamming their radars. That from Daily Mail. And we got signs of life detected on Venus. Hot green alien bitches. Sorry, I had to say it. Shout out to Maynard Said, a.k.a. the Pooflinger. I miss you, man. Over to strange and bizarre news. Video of man named Ali sucker-punching Swedish woman prompts call for vigilante groups to hunt down predator. That from RT. What is up with these people sucker-punching people? Woman loses her shit at KFC as they refuse to serve her without a mask. She gets up on the thing. Where's my chickens? We got woman ridiculed employee after calling police on this. Oh yeah, this video here. This lady gets up in this guy's face that works at the store because he called the police on people who were shoplifting, just taking stuff and walking out of the store. She says you're white supremacists, you hate crimes for calling the police on criminals. Meanwhile, Chicago gun store looter who was released murders Walgreens clerk. That from Hot Air. That's okay. Trump says he will negotiate a third term because he's entitled to it. What? I think you're confused about how things work, Mr. President. Cars were being attacked and blocked outside a Trump event in Sacramento. This video, I think they ran over somebody. If I fast forward, yeah, they ran over the crowd. America, yeehaw! Put a link to that. Big trucks and flags, love America, right on. Beer Bandit, BLM protester who downed elderly couple's drink at Pittsburgh restaurant, screamed, "F the white people," charged with harassing. Okay, she stealing drinks and talking about F the white people. BLM rioter in Lancaster hit in the groin by impact munition. Let's see if we can see this. I think it's right here. Oh, there. That's gotta hurt. Oh, that sucks. Looked like chicken breast. Man finds brain wrapped on aluminum foil on a beach. This is out of News Boston somewhere. I'll put a link to that. Brain on the beach. What's going on there? Sleeping with the fishes or what? This year's Macy's Thanksgiving Parade will be taped and go without crowds. What is this crap? For all of the news, please check my favorite videos. I've favorited a ton of stuff. Let's see what we got over here. Man arrested for allegedly attacking attendees. Trump rally. We got Wild Night. Oh yeah, that's the guy that got pulled out by the police. Airport safety madness in India. Oh, you want to check that video out. It's hilarious. We got some other stuff over here. Dabu 7 put out mask enforcing humanoid robots set to invade office spaces. No crap, he's got the info on that. Check out my favorites, and shout out to everybody who continues to put out content. You guys are doing awesome work. Got a couple shout outs this week to a couple of old school YouTubers. JamNoise72, I have subscribed to since way back in the day. She's still putting out content. Check out her video, NHS Flu Vaccination Program 2020-2021, program briefing for schools. She's got some important information there. And shout out to Survival Doggy, aka Liberty Dog 77. This is his new channel. It is good to see you, brother. I hope you make videos. I hope a lot of other people come back too. All you people that disappeared. Man, we are in the end of the game here. If you got something to say, you might want to turn on your cameras and say it. That's all I got for this week, guys. If you like the report, please give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you think it sucked, it's the worst of YouTube, you never want to see again, please rate, though. It helps me move around. I appreciate it. You can also follow me on Facebook, Gab, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, blah, 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 blah. All my links are always at the bottom, you know. You can also support me on Patreon or follow me over there for free. I will never charge for my content. Or you could support me directly with PayPal. I put a lot into these reports, and this channel is fully demonetized by YouTube because they just don't like what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's all I got. Please tell me your thoughts. What's coming up? We're going to have the fight for SCOTUS coming up. We got the election, of course. The COVID crap is still in play. I mean, who knows? We got the wildfires that are still burning. My heart goes out to everybody who's affected by that. We got a lot on our plate, people. I predicted at the beginning of the year that 2020 was going to be action-packed, and it has not disappointed. Wow, I got to catch my breath. That's all I got for now. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for a few minutes. You guys take care, stay safe, have a good week. I will see you on the next one.